For almost as long as man has been in the world, there seem to have been differences. Gender differences, clan differences, caste differences, class differences, and, it seems, for as long as there were differences, there has been the pain and suffering that comes from violence.
Violence is it's a destructive force, and when people begin to feel that they have the answers to all the questions, and they stick to their own particular beliefs and are not open to other beliefs and other views, then there is a tendency towards hatred, towards arrogance, and that leads to violence.
Ela Gandhi, like her legendary grandfather Mahatma Gandhi, has become an ambassador of peace. Looking beyond artificial differences, recognizing that excessive desire is at the root of all conflict, Ela strives for restoring harmony. In December 1947, at the tender age of 6, Ela traveled to India with her family and spent time with her grandfather. Although she was young at the time, these meetings left a lasting impression on her mind. This would be the only significant time she spent with him, as he was assassinated a month later.
Well, when some people have more and others have very little, and what is happening in the world is that that gap between the poor and the rich is widening. And when there is that kind of situation, and added to that is the whole marketing strategy which makes people want to buy more stuff, then it leads to conflict, because people want access to scarce resources, and that access then, or lack of access, leads to violence and conflict.
Growing up in the Phoenix settlement that was established by her grandfather in the north of Durban, Ela Gandhi lived in the height of South Africa's era of apartheid. Ela was born in Phoenix settlement on the 1st of July 1940, the daughter of Sushila and Manilal Gandhi. Her father was the longest-serving editor of The Indian Opinion, the newspaper founded by Mahatma Gandhi and printed at the settlement. The press was the focus that brought everyone close together. Her mum was the simple mum of all, who lived on the compound, and the host to its many and frequent guests. During her childhood, the settlement exuded an atmosphere of interracial and intercultural harmony in the center of Inanda. Yet, it also epitomized courage in the face of suffering South Africa. Ela's own philosophy was formed on this fertile ground. She was also greatly influenced by the stories told to her as a young girl by her mom. Stories from the Hindu scriptures and stories about her grandfather helped foster the values that were to become her hallmark. Referred to as the father of the nation by India, Mahatma Gandhi could also be called a son of South Africa. It was in South Africa that the philosophy of peaceful yet forceful resistance was born in him. He called it Satyagraha, literally meaning a soul force based on truth, and used it to free India from the shackles of imperialism.
I felt that people needed help. When people are in conflict, they need somebody who is going to listen to their problems and help them to sort out and begin to understand what are the issues and how to tackle them.
Ila became aware of the ills affecting South African society at an early age. She saw the oppression, the poverty, and the stark inequality within society, and took part in many peaceful protests during her high school years. Her sensitivities thus determined her career path, and Ila obtained an honours in social sciences before joining the Verulam Child Welfare Department as a social worker, attending to the needs of the oppressed during those trying apartheid years.
Well, I believe that all of us have an inner voice. And if we listen to that inner voice, if we are spiritual enough and reach out within ourselves or reach within ourselves, we can hear that voice, and there is a calling for each one of us.